Hi, I'm Paolo.
I'm Una, and together we are Puerh.uk.
Our philosophy in one sentence is the actual very best for people that are really serious about Puerh. No marketing, no sales, no exaggerating, no bullshit. Just a guy that dedicated his life to Puerh and his wife that joined him, sharing the same tea they drink. We founded Puerh UK because Puerh of this quality was previously reserved only to small, close circles of connoisseurs and insiders in Asia, and to date, we are the only outfit to consistently provide Puerh of Tier 5 quality. I'll be very straight with you, we're not for everyone, in fact we're not for most people. What we deal in is not loose leaf or Chinese tea in general, it's not even Puerh, it's the top 1%, 0.1% and 0.01% of Puerh. We are proudly small, this is the only way to source as high quality as we do, including small quantities of Tier 4, the top 0.1% of Puerh, and Tier 5, the top 0.01%, all the way from the 100% pure ancient tree, for the younger teas, all the way to the very old Puerh cakes. The very best of Puerh is too little and precious to sell commercially and always moves by personal relationships and very niche channels. We are in a unique position to be able to guarantee the authenticity of all of our teas. Most of our younger ancient tree tea is made by the most reputable ancient tree producer in the world, Chen Yunhao, while older tea, before it's put for sale, is authenticated with various experts. These are senior collectors of collectively over 100 years of high-level Puerh experience. On top of this, I've personally spent countless amounts of time and money on my own Puerh education, trying everything that one must try, traveling to see the real holders of Puerh knowledge up and down Taiwan and other Chinese countries, buying a lot of tea for myself, and eventually coming out with a good understanding of what's what. The lowest pricing for this level of actually great Puerh can be found in Taiwan, since it had a head start of about 20 years in the resurgence of interest in Puerh, and also it was the home of the renaissance of 100% pure ancient tree Puerh production. So there are collectors that bought old Puerh when it was really quite cheap. There are producers who have been doing real ancient tree Puerh for over 20 years now, all of which we have deep personal relationship with. So we constantly praise not just for our quality, but also for our excellent quality pricing ratio. And indeed, our pricing is lower than what you find in a shop in Taiwan, often lower than wholesale pricing in Taiwan. So this means much, much lower than China and the West, where prices are even higher than Taiwan. How do we sustain this business if we have such great pricing? Three main reasons. The first is we put 90% of our effort in sourcing as great Puerh as we can. The other 10% is dedicated to talking to customers and sharing tea. A big fat 0% is spent on branding, marketing, packaging, and so on. For example, our packaging is essential and functional, something like this. It will keep your Puerh proper humidity for a long time, and that's what's most important for us, not that it looks nice. Second reason is our customers tend to buy just from us once they realize how good things are here. So even though margins are low, we make up for it in having repeat orders and customers that trust us to buy everything we offer. And finally, because collectors and producers that have the very best Puerh are motivated more by passion than money. They appreciate our knowledge and way of doing business and offer us much better pricing than they do to their normal commercial partners. Of course, it does help that we spend significant time in Taiwan each winter with only about 10 sources. These are the very best we found after trying hundreds of suppliers. In general, we take a long-term view. You not only get great quality, you get very fair pricing, you're happy, you order again. We get to know you, we can recommend Puerh specifically for your taste, you tell your friends, and it all works pretty well like that. Our teas are selected not just for perfect taste, but also for comfortable cha-chi. That's to say how Puerh makes you feel. Now it doesn't matter how strongly you consciously feel chi, but do know that we focus on providing Puerh that is extremely complex, deep and nuanced. So it will keep you focused during a session and ideally enhance your life. I say enhance your life because that's what's most likely to happen when you spend time learning about and focus on something that is different from the worries of daily life. It creates a moment of peace and even influences you in deeper ways, like mastering a martial art or really any other skill will. The long-term appreciation of the real depths of Puerh will develop over time. But for now, you can simply enjoy the richness and complexity that rivals and surpasses wine, whiskey, fine incense, and all the other most refined pleasures in life. So this is what we're about. If this sounds good to you, we would love to share with you what we've learned over many years of single-minded dedication to Puerh.